Now this is Acts chapter 14, verse 24 through to 28. And they, that's Paul and Barnabas, they passed through Pisidia and came into Pamphylia. And when they had spoken the word in Perga, they went down to Attalia. And from there they sailed to Antioch, from which they had been commended to the grace of God for the work they had accomplished. And when they had arrived and gathered the church together, they began to report all things that God had done with them, and how he had opened the door of faith to the Gentiles. And they spent a long time with the disciples. So this is the end of that first, people say, the first missionary journey. Well, it wasn't like a missionary. As we know, this was a riot. Whole towns and cities turning to the Lord. And they came back, and it says they went through the towns where they continued through the towns where they preached the gospel previously, and they got on the boat and they went back to Antioch, which was the place where the Lord had initially spoken to the leaders there and said, "Set apart for me Saul and Barnabas, for the work that I've called for them to do." And they there reported everything that the Lord had done. The people in Antioch must have been amazed and shocked to hear all of the wonderful things that God had done. That he had opened the door of faith to the Gentiles. And that's what they're emphasizing. Listen, the gospel is now going to the ends of the earth. Jesus said, "Be my witnesses in Jerusalem and Judea and Samaria and to the ends of the earth." That's where it's going. We're going first to the Jews and then to the Gentiles. And the Lord is working with us. He is doing miracles. People are turning to the Lord. And it's a wonderful thing. And then they spent a long time, it says, in Antioch. They didn't just come back for a short time and then think, we've got to go. They didn't have that. They wanted to wait for the leading of the Holy Spirit, I think, before they did the next thing that he called them to do. And so we need to be the people who will come back, I guess, ready to hear the Lord and do the next thing that he calls us to do.